Okay, welcome to my solution for task number 4 from week 3, the car class. We were supposed to create a program and create a class that would allow us to create an instance of a car. We have some instance variables like fuel efficiency, fuel, and total miles. We have one constant, which is the cost of fuel, and that is the cost is per liter. Um, yeah, so we have some accessors, mutators, and methods. So accessors, so we can um, get a um, so we can access a value in read-only mode. We print it to the screen. Mutators, so we can manipulate that value, and methods of type void for now that don't really return any value, but we are able to do some additions like to the fuel and some other like calculations. And then finally we have the drive method that basically um, calculates calculates the cost of the trip that we've taken. So basically, it updates the total miles for the car. It calculates the cost of the fuel that we have used for that particular trip. We do some gallon to liter conversions, and then we output the screen in a acceptable format. So the monetary value, so the money spent, it's shown in dollars, and um, I have also trimmed the our double values so that only have 2 decimal points, because without it they would have like 10, 15, and it doesn't look nice. So let's see. Okay, before I run it, I'm just gonna go to the um, main um, function, and the computer is really slow. Okay, yeah, I think I'm running it in debug mode, so let's see what I've done. Let's stop it for now. Oh wow, it's really slowing down the computer. Yeah, sorry for that. Let's stop the debug. Let's close out this window and let's go to my main file. Okay, so what I'm doing basically with the class is that I create an object, which is an instance of a class. I give it fuel efficiency value of 40. I have Googled that, and to the best of my knowledge, is like an average okay value. Then I access the current fuel and total miles, and I print it to the screen. Then I update the total miles value. Then I print the fuel cost, which was the constant, add some fuel, then I calculate some cost, like of 6, I think, liters. Yeah. So I calculate the cost of 6 liters, and I use the constant that was provided before. Then I convert gallons to liters, and at the very end I go for a drive. I go for 145 miles drive, and we calculate how much fuel, how much did it cost me to go for that drive, and do some updates. So let's run it first without debug mode and see that it works. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so at the very beginning we don't have any fuel and we haven't driven anything because as we remember from the class, from the car class, I have set those two values to 0. So when we create an instance, those are the values that we start with. And then as we update certain aspects, then it's reflected here. And then I've separated the drive method. So miles driven, we went for a drive, and we've updated the total. I'm gonna run it in debug mode so we can trace it like step by step. And then in order to calculate the cost of the journey, we had to convert the gallons to liters and do the calculation because the constant was in liters and us driving and the fuel in the tank is in gallons. So we had to do the conversion. Yeah. So let's do some checkpoints and let's see how the values change. There's one here, one at the end, so we can stop before the execution. We add fuel and we go for a drive. Okay, so let's see how the values change. So the first checkpoint is before we create an instance. But in the car class, we have already declared and defined the so it slows down my computer. Okay. Okay, so okay, let's rewind. So before we create an instance of our class, we only have the constants shown because the constants are brought to us before any other method is executed. That's how the program runs, and it's at the compile time. So those are shown at the compile time and those are runtime. So the constant, any constants that we create will be shown here. And as we progress and as we reach the next checkpoint, the instance of a car will be created with a value passed fuel efficiency. And the fuel and total miles we have assigned 0, which we saw in the car class before. So now we haven't executed that line yet, but The next step is to set the total miles to 1300, and that, yes, this number will be updated. Then we are adding the fuel, so from 0 it should jump to 36 liters. Yeah, and now we are going for a drive. So what's gonna happen? The miles will be added, total miles, and the total, yeah, the fuel will be subtracted because we have used some fuel for that journey. Uh, yeah, so it works well. Yep. Any questions? Let me know. Thank you.